Hey YouTube, so I have been getting a ton of requests for a craft space area. I'm not really sure why you guys want to see it so bad because it's a really small area. It's just a corner, and I know a lot of you have like amazing grand scrapbook rooms, and this is literally a small corner that I just have to make it work because I'm in my first place, so I have to make do with the space that I have. So, with that being said, the majority of my scrapbook stuff, I have it kind of spread out through the room, but the majority of my scrapbook stuff is right here in the corner. So here's the bottom, and we'll move up to the top. So these are just shelves that I got at Walmart. I think both were like $50. They're really cheap, I don't know, just cheap material, but it's been working really well. So this is just kind of what the whole thing looks like. It's a really small space. You can see here's like my nightstand, there's my bed, and we move over here and we have like my door. So this room is actually pretty decent size, but this is the corner that I am allowed to have. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to try and do this video without making you guys dizzy. I'm going to do the best that I can. So first thing we're going to do is move up closer. Let's just start in a section here. Okay. So, oh gosh, where do we even start? Okay, well this basket here on the floor, this one right here, this is all new stuff that I need to do a haul video for. So I need to do another video for that. I'm not even going to show it in this video. This stuff down here on the floor, I always have something on the floor because I need to put it away. So there's always something that is not put away, and it's kind of messy, which bothers me, but I don't have a lot of room. So, okay, so I'm going to move this basket out of the way. Okay, so let's start here. Pretty much this entire shelf here is basically stamps. I have to try and stay as organized as possible because I am in such a small space, but it's not 100% organized. But I'll go ahead and start. So I have this little blue container that I got one of my birthday presents in, and so here I just store some clear stamps. These are like ones that I use a lot that I can just grab, like Dina Wakley, my favorite stamps ever. You know, stuff from the scrapyard. They're just easy to access being in here. So that's that. Oh, I better remove this. Okay, in this little pink basket, I got these at Goodwill a long time ago. And this is just basically junk in here that I need to go through. In here, these are not junk. These are my Faber-Castell Pit pens and my gelatos. So I just have them in plastic bags. I like them on this shelf with my stamping because it's easy to grab because I do sit on the floor and scrapbook. So my most used items are pretty much on this shelf and, sorry, let me move you over, and this shelf right here. So hopefully this won't be a super long video. But in here is literally just junk. I have like some pencils, some drawing pencils from when I was in architect school. We have baby wipes down here. Got some random letters. So I definitely need to go through and destash, which I've already done, but I need to like thoroughly do it. Okay. On top here we just have some cardstock, clearly out of place. Okay. So I don't even know what's in here. Let's look. Okay, this is all Webster stuff. This is just a 12 by 12 container. It actually doesn't go there, so I'm going to take it out. But this is how I try and keep my stuff organized is in these containers. And so this is all Webster's brand stuff. And I also have it in these plastic bags to keep everything together. So this was the Webster's warehouse sale. So I've got paper pads, embellishments, 12 by 12 paper, fibers, and then under here there was something else. Okay, this is my Project Life Simple Story stuff. I haven't started on Project Life because I need to figure out a way. I need to buy like an at-home printer, and it'll be way easier. So anyways, that's how I organize my paper collections. I keep them in these containers within plastic bags, and I just label them. Okay, so let's put these back. So this is like my little stamping area. Okay, in here, this is just a basket from IKEA, but I actually got it at Goodwill. So there's just a ton more stamps in here. Right here, there are some wooden stamps, such as my favorite ones. This one I show you guys like all the time in every single video just about. Of course, my handmade art stamp. This one, which I've been using a ton. My stamp cleaner. And then in here also is a bunch more clear stamps. This is really the way I like to store them. So it's not even organized by brand or anything, but it's just really easy to flip through and be like, oh, I want to use these. I want to use these, you know. So this storage system works pretty well for me, just having them in here. It needs to be reorganized, but that's what it is right now. Okay. This is one of these totes that you take to a crop, and you have everything to go in it. But these things never worked for me. I don't know why. So, instead of getting rid of it, I wanted to just keep my stamps in it and make use of it. So, in here, the way my stamps are actually stored are in these clear 8x8 binder. You can put these in a binder, but I don't because it works well in here for me. And it's just how I keep my stamps that don't have the packaging. So I have a ton of these. So as you can see here, we have like 2 different stamp sets here, Tim Holtz, and then Tim Holtz, and this is like an Inka-Dinka-Doo stamp. But it works really nice because you can pull them out and they don't get like messed up or anything. So these are just like little 8x8 clear plastic things. And then I also have my sponges for inking. Sorry, I'm way out of frame here. So these are the ones that you can get at scrapbook stores and Joann's, and they fall apart pretty easy. I prefer to buy the sponge and cut it in 4. And so it's just in this little container, and it's really, I try and store my stuff where it's portable. I can put it in my crop bag and go. Also have my stamp pad cleaner, more stamps, and then my clear block is in here. I always lose my block, which is why I put this on here, but it doesn't help at all. So I need to figure out something else. So as you can see, you can just kind of go through the stamps in the same fashion. And that goes right in there. Then right here, move it over. Right here, let's move it up some. We have this white binder. This blends in, so I never use these. I need to do some kind of label here. It's a stamp, so it catches my eye. But in here, it's just dollar stamps. These are just the ATG or baseball card holders. And these hold the majority of my dollar stamps. There's not like a ton, but I've got a couple pages here. And then I've got more refills, so that's what it looks like blank. And this is just in one of the school binders that I already had. So, and that goes right there. So that's the majority of my clear stamps right here. And then if we drop right under it, this is the lowest tier. So I normally, you know, sit on the floor and have everything sprawled out. So it's pretty cluttered, which I don't like, but because of my space, this is what I have to do. Okay, so right here, and these 2 containers are my sprays. I use my sprays all the time, so that's why I keep it on this shelf, because it's easy for me to grab. So in here, I have tons of, like, let me put this here. I have a lot of different masks. Yeah, there's a bunch in here. So, this is actually one of my favorite ones, and it's just the clear plastic canvas. It's awesome. So, you know, I have every mask possible. And then I, of course, have bubble wrap that you can do really cool effects with. Here's a bunch of my glimmer mist sprays that don't really get used anymore. But I haven't gotten rid of them because there's good colors, and I feel that I will use them again, just not right here, right now. Old credit card for molding paste that I keep in here. Little paint palettes. So these are pretty much all glimmer mist, and I just haven't been using them, so that's why they're in here, and the masks are on top of them. Then in here, this one is open because these are pretty much all my Lindy Stamp Gang sprays, which are my favorite. This is my go-to spray box here. So, it looks like I also have some stencils in here. So, my favorite sprays is this one, which is not Lindy's Stamp Gang. This is Tulip Spray. It takes longer to dry because it's thick, but this is one of my favorite sprays. This is also a Tulip brand spray that you can get at like Michael's. I got them at Tuesday Morning, but I know you can get them there. I don't like Mr. Huey's that much, but I love this white one. I can't find white, really a good white in any other color, but these don't work too well with the Lindy Stamp Gang on like She Art and stuff, but this is one that gets used a lot. And then this yellow by Lindy Stamp Gang, and this might be a flat Fabio, which means no sparkle, gets used like crazy. And then there's like a couple blues in here, but anyways, I have a handful, so I love these sprays, and it's just a clear box, nothing special. Then down here we have 4 different of the containers, and these are all labeled. So right here we have Halloween, and I just labeled it with washi tape. So in here, I'm not going to go through every single one of these, but I want to give you guys an idea. So in here, we have some Halloween ribbon. We have a Halloween paper pads. I haven't been in here in a while, so it's kind of cool. Got some creepy hands. Got a pretty cool spider in here. There's just all kinds of little Halloween things that I like to store in here. These are all different brands, but it's all Halloween, so it'll pretty much all work together. Under here, this one is by brand, and this says Pink Paisley. And again, this has all kinds of fun stuff in here. We have gems. We have this huge bag full of stuff. We've got, you know, wooden pieces, paper, these really cool cards. I need to go through in here. Tons of paper. There's a whole bunch of stuff in here. And then under here is more paper. That's all Pink Paisley. That stuff would be really good for my smush books and whatnot. Okay, under here we have another Webster one, because I have a ton of Websters. And then the bottom says Christmas. So let me put all these back. And these ones don't get used like a ton, but I like how they're labeled so I know at least what's in them. Okay, then we're going to move here, which is a whole big mess. Ugh. Okay, anyways, these are some of my favorite stamps I just got. A lot of you absolutely love this stamp set. I think these stamps run for $45, but if you're in Unity's Kit Club monthly, it's like $35, but I got these on the scrapyard for like $14 or $15 shipped, which is a great deal. My paper trimmers here, again, these are just things that are easy to grab. This is just paper that I'm using right now. It's, this is the only Echo Park sheet, or October Afternoon. Everything else is Echo Park in here. It's the Everyday Eclectic, and I've been using this like crazy, which is why it's in here. Next, right here, we have crop paper. It says right there. So this is just a bunch of colored basil, white, and craft paper that I can easily just take to a crop with me because I go to so many crops. That needs to go in my little haul video there. Okay, what is next? Okay, so in here, knock the camera down. In here is a bunch of wooden stamps. They're not organized, they're just thrown in here, but it is fun to just go through here and be like, oh, you know, this would look great on the project. No, this would. So no, they're not organized at all. They are just thrown in here, but I don't know. This is my system, and it works for me. I mean, it's really messy, but whatever, it works. So that's this black bin. It's just rubber stamps. And then down here is another clear container. I love these because, again, they are so portable. I can grab it and go. This is not labeled. I need to label it, but these are all floral embellishment pieces. So to use like with flowers and whatnot. So this thing is packed full. So I used to use these a lot. I need to use these up again. So that's on the bottom of my stamps since they haven't been used lately. And then this crop paper goes back on top. And then this is a current project I'm working on, which I haven't showed you guys, but it's a day book. Those of you who follow me on Facebook, you guys get a first glimpse of everything, but it's almost done. It's turning out super duper cute, but I will show that in another video. So that is that. Okay, then we'll go ahead and move over here. Let me move this. I actually have you guys on a spinny chair. I don't have a what do you call it, like a camera stand. Okay. Actually, we'll come over even a little bit more. So this is where the shelf ends, obviously, and here is my door right here. But right here, I have a ton of canvases. Let me scoot you guys even closer. Maybe even drop you down some. Sorry if you guys are getting dizzy. I apologize. Anyways, I have a ton of canvases because, you know, to do stuff like this, because I just, you know, randomly feel like, oh, I want to make a canvas. So I like to have a ton on hand. Plus, I make them for gifts and stuff. Then, I have a clear ruler over here, and I've got a bunch of Cricut mats that are right here, as well as the Martha Stewart scoreboard thing. So that's where my canvases kind of just chill and hang out. Okay, now going back over to the bottom tier, which remember is connected with what I just showed you. Okay, right here, these are the Cropper Hopper paper storage. In here is really just paper that I buy at like my local scrapbook store. A lot of them are just thrown in here. It's in no order. So I tried to not have like a ton of paper because it just takes up too much room. So, and there's a bunch of chipboard in here. But like in these bags, these are little collection kits that I have in here, which are stored in here. What else is in here? Like this is Echo Park, a walk in the park collection. So I have to stay as organized as possible, but this is just a bunch of random paper in there that I buy, usually single sheets because they're cute. Here I have my Project Life storage sheets, but I haven't really started yet. Okay, on top here, move you up. Okay, on top here, this is all Smashbook stuff. My Smashbook collection has really grown, and I have 2 other things that I'll be showing you, so I need to label this. And this is a hot mess. Like, there is just literally stuff thrown in here. I mean, it is a complete mess. But I don't know, sometimes I have to work messy, so I do have a couple of messy bins where there is just random stuff thrown in here. Let me grab some stuff that is perfect for my Smashbook. So, here's like a handful of stuff I grabbed. It's random. Like these are my wristbands from Airheads. It's a jumping place. These are these awesome library cards that I got from my friend, and I only have one left, so I gotta use it wisely. Bling, I mean, stuff that really needs to be put away because I have a flower bin, I have a bling bin, I have a ribbon bin, but it's just all Smashbook stuff that is good to use for Smashbooks, Brad. So this is just a really big mess with tons of stuff, but it works out really well when I make my Smashbook because I work messy, so these work great. Okay, in here it's just a little photo album thing. And these are just pre-made cards. I haven't gone through here in like a year or 2, so I don't even know if I like any of these cards, but I need to go through that. Then we have 2 more bins here. This one says I Am Roses, and this one says Micro Beads Glitter Flocking Powder. These ones haven't been used as much. But anyways, here is my collection of I Am Roses. I didn't go crazy. I keep it down to like 1 box. But they're all organized in these bags by the type of flowers and colors. So anyways, like I said, I try and stay very organized. I've seen a lot of girls who have literally, like this, my entire craft space is like I Am Roses. But I don't have that many. Okay, this one is pretty heavy. And in here, as you can see, we have flocking powder that I haven't even used. I have like every color micro bead ever used, literally. That's why this box is so heavy. I've got some really pretty glitters in here. There's more glitter, a huge pink one. And then I've got 2 more glitter sets in here. So I've just got tons of glitter in here. Glitter micro beads and flocking powder. But I just try and keep everything labeled so I don't have to go in there and be like, what's in here? And it's not even stuff I want to use. So here? Okay, whatever. Okay. Then we're going to move right over here. Scooch up. So this is another bin that's another hot mess. A lot of these black and white bins are messy. It's just stuff thrown in here. Okay. And what is in here? This is all fibers and ribbons. So the reason I have some in bags, because this is a variety mix. I've got twine, tulle, I just have a ton of different ribbons in here. This is normally how I store my twine, in these little boxes, because it stays organized. And then in here is a bunch of seam binding. But this bag is really good to take to a crop because there's a little bit of everything. So I take this bag, which is why it stays in there. And then I also have this bag, which is another bag to take to a crop. But you see we already have glitter and adhesive in here. I mean glue and adhesive. There's foam brushes. There's a bunch of more fibers in here for the most part. But this is another bag I take to the crop. And this is another bag that I take to crop, and it's just called Miscellaneous Fun. I've got buttons, eyes, Tim Holtz paint, more buttons, some bling. It's a little bit of everything. It's a random bag, which, like I said, sometimes I work good with messy random bags. And in here is a bunch of ribbons. So this is a ribbon I got a couple weeks ago at Joann's. We've got some pretty lace in here. I mean, there's just ribbon galore down here. There's a bunch. So, anyways, that is how I store my ribbon and fiber. And it just gets thrown back in here. Kind of messy. So, now we're going to move up some. We're going to move up to this tier. Oops. Sorry, you guys. Trying to not make you dizzy. Okay. So, if I can get it to stay. Nope. Okay. Sorry, we're going to move up here. Okay. So right here, this is the second tier that is right along with the stamping stuff. So we have stamps over here and inks on this side. Okay, so right here are all my Tim Holtz inks that I currently own. I have almost all of them. I haven't bought some of the new seasonal ones because I didn't like all the colors. I only like one or two of them. So how I keep them organized, move you in here. So these are all reds, pinks, purples. These are all blues. This goes green, yellow, orange. These are oranges and browns, and this is gray and black. And then I just keep a clear block right here. So that's how I like to keep them organized. And I just put on these little labels. I cut white sheets of paper and then I inked it and then glued it on. So it works really well for me because I need to be able to see what colors I have. Okay. Back here, this is a metal bin. I've got all kinds of stuff in here. So in this first metal container, as you can see, I have lots of stickles. I have like stickles galore. I have every color, and I also have all these distressed crackle paints, but I have tons and tons of stickles, and it works really well in here for me, and it goes right on top of there. So this is the matching metal basket, and in here is paint. There's tons of paint. Right on the edge here, I keep my favorite paints by Kaiser Craft. You can't even buy these anymore, but Spearmint is definitely my favorite. It's a really nice blue. So I've got acrylic paint, I've got Liquitex white opaque flakes for like fine art painting, all the way to the cheap Craftsmart 50-cent paint at Michael's. They just got these neon colors over here. So this just got every color of paint in here. And then I've got a bunch more of these paint palettes back here. So put that back on there. And then we've also got like Mod Podge and whatnot in here. So that's my little go-to place right there. Okay, moving here. As you can see, I have this tray. It's really pretty, but I don't have any space for it, so it works well for holding stuff. Okay, first things, I do like a lot of, I don't know, little racks and whatnot, so I always like to have these 2-size storage bags on hand to make sure everything is organized. Right here I have my Liquitex molding paste and my gesso, which are, also near my canvases, which I like to have these. This product is awesome. Molding paste. I'll show you what it looks like if I can get it open. And that's what it looks like. And it's really cool. Okay. So in here, I have a lot of ink pads in my closet, a different closet. But these are the ink pads I use the most for black, StazOn, and Memento. So those are also right here. I have this little Scrabble tile thing with my name on it, just says Emily. Okay, we have tons more glitter right here. Let me get this out. So I've got tons of different colored glitters. So this just has its own little thing it sits in. Then in this first container, we have bling. Let's see, that's black glitter, because I ran out of space in my other glitter thing. But I've just got all these little containers with glitter. These all used to be on my, that white shelf you get at Michael's by whoever, I forget. And it looked really pretty, but since I moved away from home, I don't have that anymore. It's in my storage unit. These are just the little, clear mini round gems and such, so. And then, looks like I have another container full of paint. And these I just kind of labeled on the outside so I can see what color it is. Then I ended up buying these coffee filters to make flowers, and I haven't made them yet. And then I have another little container that sits right here. You guys can kind of see the pretty design in here. It's a pretty little thing. These are my distress stains. I really, really like distress stains. So, and then I also have some re-inkers. And then I've got a thing of glitter in here. But that's how I just store my distress stains. So that is what's in there. Let me put this back real quick. And be organized here. So even though I only have a little bit of space, I still have a lot of stuff and I just make it work. But I buy a lot of stuff, but I scrapbook every day, so it's like it gets used pretty quick. Okay, so now we are going to jump up again. We're going to go back to the side. That's my stamps. So now we're going to move up here. See if I can get my camera to stay. Okay, we want to go right here and a little bit lower. Okay, so this is kind of like just a mess. So we have my camera right here. I just have a Nikon. It's a decent camera. It's not like super nice, but it does the job. So one day I'll get like a digital SLR. So starting right in this little bin, actually I'm going to start up here. So this is kind of more stamping stuff. Right here, this is just a glitter container for, to save your glitter or embossing. But currently, I have the Smash stuff stored in here and my little refills. It needs to go in my Smash box, but like I said, I'm not completely organized like I should be. This is literally a box of, again, random stuff that needs to be put away. So as you can see, I just have a funny picture of me and my boyfriend there. I just bought this, so that needs to go in my haul thing. So I literally don't even know what's in here. This is a little metal container. Oh, and I've got a bunch of buttons in here. Nothing special. And then in here we have like twinkling H2Os, stamp cleaner, a clear block, some embossing powder. So it's kind of just junk that needs to be put away. So let me put this stuff back. Okay, then in here I have a random sheet of paper that needs to go in my scrap paper. But anyways, this bin right here. This is mini album stuff, and this container was like $1 at Walmart a while back. So these are all little mini album projects that are just waiting to be made. So we have everything from clear to chipboard to wood mini albums in here that are just waiting to be altered. There's tons of different sizes and shapes in here. And this storage just works pretty well for me because, again, you can just flip through and kind of choose what you want to alter. So that's that. And I've just got this big shape in the back here. And then that just sits on top of there. In here, I don't know what it is. I think it's all stamping and embossing stuff. In this container, I have these little these I don't even use. I mean, it's literally just, I don't even know. It looks like all stamping stuff. I've got clip things that need to be put away, embossing powder, stamp markers. Oh, and there's also a bunch of stick pin stuff in here for me to make. There's more embossing powder. There's, this is not called trash. I forget what Stampin' Up! Calls this. But it's just basically all the excess rubber that you can use for pop dots. And I have a bunch of that. But in here is just a bunch of like stamping markers and a ton more stick pin stuff. As well as like flower stamens, which should probably go in my I Am Roses box. So I'm going to move those later. What else? We got like random puffy paint. So again, this is another junk drawer, if I can say that, of my scrapbook little area. Okay, right here, first off, we have this awesome bag that my friend, I can never say your name right, Kania, I'm so bad at saying your name, but I'm sorry. She sent me that awesome rack a little bit ago. If you guys haven't watched it, go back. It was an amazing rack. She put my name on this bag. And currently in here, I'm keeping photos like to go for crops because it's a really portable, bag. So I've got a bunch of photos in here right now, and that works pretty well for me. Then, let's see, in this little nook, I don't even know what's here. We've got a random thing that I made a while back. It says, live as a free spirit, and we've got the lonely girl, and it says creative, and I don't even know when I made that a while back though. Here we have a album that's waiting to be altered, so that will go right there. This is a completed project, my completed Disney mini album, so that needs to go in my completed project. Look, you guys, I'm organizing my room as I'm doing the haul. This is a mini smash book. Haven't started on it, but right now it's being stored right there. So, put some of these back. Okay, then moving right here. As you can see, well, I guess it's too far away, you can't see it, but right here it looks like I didn't throw away my trash, but I actually saved stuff like this for my smash book. Last night I had the Nutella to go, and I actually tore off the sticker, and I plan on using that in my smash book. So, let me put this in here. I have these two clear containers, and they say smash. Well, this one isn't labeled yet, but this one says smash and washi tape, and it's two clear containers. They're not too big. Again, I love these because they're clear, they're easy to take, they stack really nicely, and again, there's a bunch of random junk in here. It's a mishmash of everything, and that's, I guess for some reason, that's how I like, look, there's even stamps in here that should be put away, but there's a mishmash of everything to use for my smash book in here. Okay, this box, I literally don't even know what's in here. That's bad. But it's just a little box. Okay, I do know what's in here. Just kidding. So in here, move you forward. In here, this is all vintage stuff. So let me pull out just a few things. We have Scrabble tiles. We have more vintage calendar number letters. I've got that black E-tape from Michaels. I've got a ton of vintage bingo cards. Got these little door hangers to alter. There's just a ton of vintage stuff in here. This is a bunch more doodads that are vintage. Oh, little folders. There's all kinds of cute stuff. Oh, see, I need to take this out. Some of this would be really good for my smash book. So, this is why I need to finish labeling my stuff so I know what's in there and it'll get used. So that needs to be labeled vintage, and that needs to be labeled smash, but you can just see where it says smash. So that is this here. Okay, now moving over, so you guys just saw that where I keep my mini albums, stamping stuff, vintage, and smash. Now moving over here, this is a lot of items that also get used every day. It is on a higher shelf. Let me move you back just a little bit. Okay, so right here, almost everybody has this. It's the carousel, and I absolutely love it. It's awesome. Holds a lot. And then right here, let me move some of this stuff. Well, here's my little tape dispenser. It's really cute. I love shoes. We have some adhesives just ready to grab. But in here is just a bunch of random pins. I'll move you guys forward. You can see it's a really pretty thing. Let me get these out of the way. You can see it's really pretty and holds all some random pins, pencils. Here's my little stick pin holder that I made. Has my name on it and holds some of my stick pins. I've used most of the stick pins I made. I need to make more. And then back here, in this behind this doohickey, I have stuff like this that I really don't use and I probably should get rid of or use. So, anyways. Okay, now moving back over to this carousel, there's a whole bunch of stuff in here. I mean, this thing fits a lot, so I'm not even going to go through all of it. Stapler, which I use all the time. I've been using a lot. And it has 3 different drawers. So in here, I just have some binder rings. In here I have staples and more ATG tape. Right here I have my crocodile, pop dots, adhesive. You see my crocodiles up there, my ATG guns in the middle. Here I have tons of markers. I have a random pair of pinking shears. And here's more pop dots. Right here we have X-Acto, Mini Mister, Bone Folder, more pop dots, some brushes, and then, oops, knocking over stuff. And then right here, I have more scissors and my brayer, more pop dots, and then there's a little picture of me and Molly doll when I lived at home. So, anyways, that's that shelf. And then back here I have some random. Back there, I have like 3 or 4 Cricut cartridges, but actually all the boxes are stored under the bed. So again, just something else I needed to put away. But I didn't really clean up too much for you guys. I figured y'all would just want to see it as it is. So, moving up to this shelf, it's kind of hard for you guys to see. Alright, hold on for a sec. So moving up to this shelf right here, I've got a whole bunch of stuff. But before I forget, right here, I have a little hanger, and this just has a bunch of ribbon going all the way to the floor. I don't have a cat, and Molly doesn't mess with it, so it works pretty well. And these are just on little shower rings, but it's all organized by color and whatnot. But going in here, I have a bunch of markers and pins, colored pencils, such as like Prisma. I've got really good stuff back here. In here, this is how I store all my Prismacolor markers. I'm not into Copic. Personally, I like Prisma. That's what I started with in architecture school, and I've got several containers of these, and I really like them. So those are all stored back there. Right here I have a little ATG or artist trading card thing that I never finished. And then back here is just a bunch of random fiber in this little bucket that I haven't used in a year, and I need to go through and use some of that. Right here is my favorite adhesive, which is the cheap tacky glue, and I have some Krylon spray. Back here is random stuff that I never use, and I need to get rid of. Plastic bag, and then I use this music paper a lot, so I have it right there, ready to go. Okay, so moving to this tier, let me see if I can set you guys back down and move you up. Oops, sorry. Let me turn off this light too. Okay. So going over here. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, you guys. I don't have a camera stand, so it's really hard to not make you guys dizzy. But right here, we have washi tape. I do have a good selection of washi tape. So I've got 4 different containers. These are just the cheap school containers that you buy at Target and Walmart. But it works really well for me. And it's just kind of thrown in there a little bit messy right now, but they just stack really nicely. Here I keep my letter from when I was accepted onto the design team. They sent a letter, which is really nice, and just, you know, welcome to the design team, and they signed it and whatnot and all that. So I keep that right here. Right here, I have some layouts that aren't in scrapbooks yet, but you guys have already, you know, like seen these. So they're just kind of chilling up here until they get put in a book right next to my washi tape. Then, remove all this stuff. Then, back here, I have this little wicker basket, and this holds all my 6x6 paper pads. Hey, Brian, can you shut that, please? I have all my little 6x6 paper pads, and again, you just flip through them. Thank you. You just flip through them, and you can really, pick what you want. It's really easy to see. So it's the same system as the stamps. Just flip and pick and use away. Alright, let me put these washi tapes back. Okay, and right next to that bin, well, first I have another box of photos, but right next to the first paper bin, I have another paper bin with more 6x6 paper pads, and that is just back there. Okay, right here on display is my, sorry, I just dropped all my washi tape, but it's okay, they didn't fall out because they're in the containers, thankfully. Let me grab these. Okay, so I have my little Scrapbook on display right there. And then let me set this down somewhere. Okay, then moving over here, I've got a bunch of different Scrapbooks. Let me move you guys up here. Right here, I have a bunch of different Scrapbooks. In this container, oh, there's my gypsy pin I was looking for. See, I'm finding stuff. In here are homemade sprays that I never use. In there is nothing. And then there's a bunch of alcohol inks in there that also don't really get used recently. This is a Scrapbook that's basically done. I did that in 2 days. I need to, there's a few things I need to add, but it's for the people I nanny for. Oops. So I need to give that to them. So that is that level. Then we have one more shelf up here. This looks really bad, but it's just like how I hang some cards that some of y'all have made me that I love, and then I've got some pictures up here that I want to scrapbook. Behind here, these are more mini albums that I haven't used recently. I've got an 8x8 paper pad here, and then this is just random books. And then over here, in this basket, we have all foam brushes. In here, I'm not really a punch girl, but there are several punches that I had to have, like this one and this one for stitching. So I do have several punches that kind of just get set up there. In here are a few more punches. This is also where I keep my gypsy and my webcam. Here are just more random pins, and then back here I have these crates that I haven't used yet. So then moving up here, I'm actually going to go on the chair. Okay, so moving up here, this is the very, very top of the shelf. It's pretty high up here. These are all my sticker embellishments, and then I have my smush book that I'm working on and this thing. But you can kind of see in here it's flower and bug. So this first section is all vintage, and then everything behind it is flower and bug. See where it says family? So these are all very organized up here, and it's really nice to just, again, flip through those, just same system as the stamps. Then, moving up over here, I have more paper. I have 2 scrapbook albums, and then more paper. There's just a bunch of paper in there that I don't really use. Moving over here, I have that big ribbon holder that I don't use any ribbon on there. I need to use it. I've got more ribbon in this little doohickey. Right there, my little house fell. Oopsies. Anyways, I have that little altered birdhouse that I made. I have an old school camera, and then right there I have a, what do you call that? A mini album and a little dress form that I haven't altered yet. So this video is already like super long. I'm not even going to show you guys the rest. I have some more scrapbook stuff in my closet, but it's very little stuff for my cuddle bug, and then I've got a storage system that just keeps my bling and my journal cards in, and adhesive. So that's pretty much it, you guys. Thanks for watching. Sorry the video was so long, and I will talk to you guys later. And look at Molly. She's just sitting there. Molly, say hi. Molly, can you guys see her? Molly, look at her cute little outfit. Molly, she hates the camera. Look, she untucked her shirt. She's so bad. Anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Have a great weekend. Bye.